Okay. This is my first time ever doing a live stream uh, since YouTube updated their setup. So I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't expect anybody to show up, but if you do, bear with me because I don't really know how to handle this dashboard yet. Anyway, I also don't know if I can be heard well or not. I wish I could check the mic. You know what? Maybe I should end this and then just check it. And then check. Okay, it seems to be working. Sorry. Thanks for bearing with me. I wanted to do a live stream because it's just easier and I'm lazy and I don't want to have to create a video every month. But basically, this is going to be my monthly update on where I'm at as a musician. I know I haven't posted, I've been MIA for a while. I haven't posted a video in 6 months. And then even on my main channel, I think it's been like 8 or 9 months since my last video. So a lot. I've been doing a lot. I just haven't been making videos anymore. And I think one reason is that it's just a little frustrating to have to go through that process of doing a video and so live streaming may make my life easier since I do want to share updates on how this journey is going. So this one will be a little bit longer because I'm going to recap everything and get our bearings for where I am. But basically, I'm Maxwell Lee, Project Maximus. This is my YouTube channel for music, and I live in Taiwan now. And back in the end of May, going into June, I finally got out into the music scene in Taipei and started playing a little bit. I did a few open mics with a friend of mine who's a singer, and that kind of got me out of my shell and got me back. I was nervous, doing them, and it got me back into the groove of doing stuff that makes me nervous in front of people, doing music in front of people. So that was good. And then because I was playing at those open mics, I started talking to other musicians. I kind of got in a situation where I knew that there are people who want to play with me. However, in middle of June, I was going to be leaving Taiwan for almost 3 months to travel for the summer vacation with my family. So everything kind of abruptly halted. And I wondered if that was going to be really bad for me when I got back. Am I going to have to rebuild my confidence? I didn't do much practicing for those 3 months. I didn't really network with people at all. But I stayed in touch with the people who wanted to play with me. And I knew when I come back, potentially I could hit the ground running. And so we came back last month in September. And I spent the month of September reconnecting with everyone, going out to buy equipment that I would need. I went out and I got a guitar amp. I got cables. I got a guitar pedal. I got certain cases. I got an electric violin. I got more recently a digital piano. Yes, I already had a digital piano, but this is a portable one that I'll be able to take to shows with me. So there was a lot of time involved in getting my setup. And then I also went on vacation for a weekend during the holiday with my family. And we went to Qingjing Farms, which is, I don't know, it was all right. Won't get into that. This isn't the lifestyle channel. But the point is we went on a short trip. We came back on October 1st. And that brings me to October, which is when I got back, immediately started doing open mics that week. The very next day, in fact, started playing open mics with a couple local musicians that I know who wanted to support me and who liked my music. So I started doing what we'll call the Project Maximus songs. So Project Maximus being my songs. I'm doing not mostly, I'm doing all songs that I wrote over 10 years ago that I never performed. Some of them professionally recorded, some of them you see on this channel here. But I never played those songs live because that was when I was in my songwriting phase where I was writing songs that I wanted to sell to people and sell to singers. So and publishing companies, whoever I wanted to. I had positioned myself as a songwriter and not as a performer, and that's what I did. Now I'm revisiting that, reinventing myself as an actual performer. We'll see how that goes, but I am going to give it a shot. I have a vocal coach, a vocal teacher now for the first time in my life, and she's been encouraging me to sing my songs. She's like, "There's no reason why you can't be the lead in your own band." So I'm still skeptical, but she is giving me sort of a push that I can go and try it and see how it goes. I'm also getting a boost from a lot of the musicians that I'm playing with who are encouraging me not only to perform, but to be in that lead role as well. So October has been a month of me doing open mics. I did more of them in the first 2 weeks of October. The last 2 weeks haven't been as fruitful. Don't know if I want to get into that, but basically there's this music venue called Bob's that is an icon in Taiwan, in the Taiwan music community, and it's closing down. Actually, it closed on Saturday, so a couple days ago, and that building is being torn down. So it's a sad moment for everyone. They've decided not to relocate, so it's basically the end of the story for this historic music venue in Taipei, and so doing open mics there has been really challenging because there's just so many people coming back from all these years coming back to perform, and they just don't have time for a lot of people to perform. So I was able to get on the list for a few weeks, but then more recently, because of other commitments happening, I wasn't able to go and get my name on the list. So I just say all that to say the first half of the month I was doing a lot of open mics, not just there, but at other venues, Rev Now, Craft House, just getting back into the flow of playing my own songs as the singer. And I plan to do that, continue doing that for the next couple months as I see who are the other musicians who might fit well with me. Right now, the main people that I've been playing with are a local drummer, which is great because I really want to have more opportunities to play with local artists. So I have a local Taiwanese drummer who's super supportive. Like, he just tells me every time how much he loves my music. So I haven't been able to gauge, Terry, if you're watching this, sorry, I haven't been able to gauge how good you are as a drummer and how good of a fit we would be for a few reasons. And it's not really Terry's fault. He's a guy who wants to support me, but he's not right now he's not practicing. He doesn't have a drum kit at home. And so he's not practicing. He's basically just listening to my songs and then coming on stage and just playing and seeing how it goes. And so, we haven't practiced. We haven't gone to a studio to practice at all. We've just been like jamming at open mics. And then same with the bassist. I have a couple bassists who've played with me, and same thing. They've heard my songs, but they've never really, we've never practiced or anything. So we'll see how that goes. Again, I'm targeting January for when I'll start doing shows, and I already have, which is exciting. The first open mic I did, the bar owner was like, "Whenever you get your band, I want you to play your first show here." So I have that in the back pocket, and hopefully more of that to come once I finally do put my band together. Moving on, Church of Loops, started practicing with them. Church of Loops is in my opinion, really, really talented musicians, really cool sound. It's a sort of indie rock, but looping. So Church of Loops is the name, and basically they play all the instruments. We play all the instruments live, and then loop them, and then just build these songs out of them. So started practicing with them, and then we had our first show earlier in October. It was a surprise, but we were invited to perform the inaugural show for So Far. So Far Taipei was launching, and so we did that first show. We just did 2 songs, and we also did an open jam for all the musicians, and it went well. It went really well. We had no idea what we were doing. We were entirely unprepared, but it went well, and it helped me to meet other musicians, get to know the presenter So Far and what they're doing, and yeah, so just kind of growing my network a bit, and of course also solidified me with the Church of Loops guys, and we have a couple more shows coming up next month. No, in December. So we'll see what happens. But it's been a lot of fun playing with them. Our practices are fantastic. My only thought is that, I knew these guys. I'd heard their stuff for prior to joining them, and I never really, it wasn't until I started playing with them that I realized just how phenomenal they are. And so I feel like that doesn't get conveyed well. And so we need to find a way to sort of, I don't know, repackage the delivery so that people can see, one, how great the musicianship is, and two, how catchy the music is itself. Because just the way it's set up with the loops and everything, I don't think it comes across entirely effectively. But anyway, like I said, that first show went well. We've got 2 more lined up, and we're really practicing. We're really trying to expand the sound now. Now that they've learned how to play together, and now that they've learned how to use the looping machines, and we're trying to like grow what we can do, the versatility of the music, and so I'm really excited to be playing with them. Yeah, and then moving on to the other band, I've got Electric Monk. I did my first show with them a week and a half ago, I think. So I did play with them once before, back in September, but I only did 1 song because I'd never practiced with them, and just threw me into the fire to do 1 song. But now that we've rehearsed, the first official show that I played with them was a week and a half ago. We did 6 songs and went pretty well, and I think that the band has potential. I think like half of the songs are bangers. Ish. Half of the songs have potential to be bangers, and half of the songs are pretty, and the rest of the songs are pretty solid. And I wanted to play with them. I heard their music. They were the first show that I saw in Taipei, and I remember thinking they've got a catchy sound, and I think this is what I'd say. I chose to play with them, and I was really excited to play with them, and I think that there's a ton of potential. The only thing that I worry about is that in terms of just how this band is going, is that there may be a ceiling because they've been playing for a decade, and I just wonder, is it going to continue in the same way, or is there something that I can bring to the table to help kind of rejuvenate their sound or break through? And I don't know that there is. I think that with them, there's potential. They just need to find the right way to get heard. But what my role is with that band is just to help solidify. They call me the glue guy. Like I'm playing keys, mostly organ. I'm playing keys. I'm playing violin, which is mostly sort of fiddle sound. And then I'm playing guitar in one of the songs. So I just kind of do what needs to be done to add to the sound. And I love it. I love it. But I don't know that there's any reason why I can help them get over the top. I don't know. And so I don't know what the problem is, but I do know that I trust my ears, and I think one song for sure is a hit. And then half a dozen other songs are very strong. But we'll see. I mean, ultimately, playing with them is growing, is giving me a ton of experience again in how to play live, and then I'm meeting people and going to new venues and stuff like that. So it's good. It's useful for me. But when I think about how I'm spending my time most effectively, it's basically what can I do to help this band really achieve more, and so I'm hoping that we'll get to a stage where we're doing that. But anyway, I don't want to sound too pessimistic, and I love playing with them. I'm using this platform as a way to update what I'm up to and also sort of see the bigger picture. So that's why I'm laying it out this way. So I think Church of Loops, there's a ton of potential, and we're really coming into our own now as a group. I think Church of Loops has a lot of room for growth. And then Electric Monk, I personally think there's a lot of potential, but I don't know what is going to be different about the next year for the Electric Monk band that would set them apart from the last few years. I don't know. So anyway, I don't want to make it sound like I'm not super excited and grateful to be playing with them. It's just just trying to clarify the vision that I see. And then the third band that I'm playing in is the singer that I played with back in June. We're calling our project Hive Mind, and he is the singer of the Murder Hornets band, rock band. And so Hive Mind so far has been me playing piano, acoustic piano sound, with a rock singer, really dark, introspective kind of music. And it's interesting, and I really like it because of that setup. That is just piano and rock vocals. And we played a show, a short set, and so that was cool. And being able to do that in front of people made me think, yeah, I'd like to do more of that. Whereas over the summer, to be totally honest, Lance, I thought over the summer I wouldn't be playing these songs anymore. I thought that was the end of that chapter, and it was really great to be able to get back out and play. But I thought that was the end of it. But now I'm excited again. I really liked getting up on the stage as Hive Mind and doing that mini show that we did with just the piano and the vocals. But I think we'll continue to add to it and maybe expand a little bit. And so Lance has sent me 3 new songs to work on, and in those 3 new songs, there is potential for not just piano and vocals, but now adding bass and drums. And so we'll see where this gets taken. But I know Lance's thought was, Lance isn't trying to compartmentalize stuff. So in his mind, he basically wants to do more songs, and he wants to have them as part of the Murder Hornets show set. So I guess in a way, what I'm doing with him is now kind of folding back into the Murder Hornets band. Perhaps I don't really plan to play on their standard set, but maybe we'll see how these songs that we're doing fit into Murder Hornets as a whole, and maybe maybe it'll end up being sort of a hybrid project. But anyway, point is, that's where these projects all stand. We've got the Hive Mind project, I've got Electric Monk, I've got Church of Loops, and then I've got my own Project Maximus, which for now is going to be entirely focused on my songs from back in the day. Um, I guess I'd say piano-driven pop rock. And then if that goes well, I'll probably start to add more pop rock. I would like it to be not piano-driven. It can or can't be, can either way, but I don't want to focus on the piano stuff per se. And then maybe writing new music for that. But we'll see how it expands, because long term, I plan to do more Chinese songs, whereas everything that I'm talking about right now is all English. But I do want to do some Chinese language pop music, and then perhaps also expand into other genres that aren't that. So we'll see. But so far, I feel really great about this month of October. I think I've really grown a lot. I've met a ton of people. I didn't even really get into that too much, but I've met a lot of other musicians, singers, producers, some who are quite successful. And I would like to continue to grow those relationships, and then continue to do my own thing, of course, but then see where those other relationships can kind of coalesce, and see where we can help each other. Also working on one project it's not music. It's just related to my musical journey and getting exposure. And so I've been working on that as well. And I will save revealing what it is until a later date, when maybe it's actually coming together. Because right now it's sort of a long shot, but I'm hopeful that this project will happen. So anyway, all right, that's it. I'll just say upcoming shows that are definite are James Joyce, November 11th, playing with Electric Monk. And then December 9th, Tiger Mountain Ramble, that's the Church of Loops. And then a few other things that aren't fully committed yet. Well, there's one show that's fully committed, but I guess I'm not, it's hush hush, so I'm not supposed to talk about that, but that'll be in December as well, so we can get to it later. But right now, yeah, I think I'm going to start hitting the open mics again this month, but obviously not Bob's anymore. So there's other open mics. Maybe go back to Craft House. Maybe go back to Rev Now. I do want to go to this new place called Triangle. Not new place, but new for me, because I've never been there, never done the open mics there. But if I want to go to do open mic at Triangle, I think my band needs to rehearse, like for real rehearse, before we go there, because even though it's just an open mic and a jam, supposedly it's the best musicians in Taiwan, the highest level musicians in Taiwan, and I don't want to go in there with playing my songs when we don't really know what we're doing. Sappho, maybe go back there. And then there's a place called Red Room, and a place called Red Room, and what am I thinking? Oh, and then the place next, a new place that will be next to Continue Music Studio. These are two places that are supposedly going to start Wednesday night open mics now that Bob's is ending its run of Wednesday night open mics. So there'll be two new options. There's a place called Smexy, I think, that does open mics too. I've never been there. I don't know. But I'm trying to get in contact. I've been connected with a girl who hosts open mics at a place called The Studio, and she also performs at Smexy. So yeah, I may do The Studio as well. Basically, November and December will be for, as far as Project Maximus is concerned, will be time to start expanding more, and then actually solidifying who I will play with and kind of with an eye towards January for shows. So yeah, there we are. And this video went long, but if you listened, thanks for your support.